What's going on, YouTube? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I got finally, Blood in the Sun. Now, we've been going on the road to Blood in the Sun until this date. Now, this day is finally upon us, and I got my first match, which is a grudge match against Jeremy Gottschalk. Now, Jeremy is calling me out. He's part of Team Greece with me, or Team America, when we're going to Greece. He actually plays Infernal Dwarves for the ETC team, but he is today playing his Highborn Elves, his first love. So he calls me out. He wants this game against somebody he's never played before, and he's never played me before, so we're just going to go at it. We're going to have fun. We're just going to go for it. Now, I've been knowing up front that I'm playing Jeremy here, but you're going to see his list. And first off, if you haven't seen my list already, I put it up a video. I'm going to put a link up here somewhere that shows you the list. Here's a picture of my army, the overview of it, so you can kind of get an idea of what I brought to the table. You can also see all my dirty dishes and my garbage in my garbage can there. But over here, this is a picture of Jeremy's army, and it looks like there's not much on the table except a bunch of phoenixes, but those are not phoenixes. Those are sky sloops. And I've been knowing this day is coming for quite some time already, by the way. He's bringing out his freaking Flight of the Sloops, the Flight of the Concords here. There's 5 sky sloops. 5 general, a BSB, a random character who has a 3-up ward against magic, 2 regular sky sloops, a unit of archers, 2 units of silver helms, 3 bolt throwers, and a level 4 of heavens. This is a very nasty list for my army, specifically for my army. My army is not made to take on this much strength 5, strength 6 shooting. It's just not. So this is going to be pretty nasty. As you can see, this we had a lineup on the table the long way, which even threw another corkscrew in my or a wrench in my cogs going on there in my gears, because I was already kind of thinking, like, how am I going to do this? Now, as you can see, we have telephone booths on the table. Telephone booths are a monster. It's a big, giant friggin' monster with T6, 6 wounds, 4-up ward save. It's a ridiculous monster, and we got to deal with it somehow, and it's just like, holy crap, how are we going to do this? So I do have a couple advantages against Jeremy. I do have rock lobbers, which have great superior range. Those bolt throwers on top of all his sky sloops are only like 24 inches or so. So I dropped my whole army off first because I kind of had an idea of exactly how I wanted to deploy, and this is pretty much how I wanted to deploy. I kind of overloaded the left flank with Dread, the A-Rock, the Trolls, and the Boar Boys. My whole idea right now is to just kind of bum rush his left side pretty fast while the right side just kind of plays catch up. And then to top it off, I have my Wolf Riders going for its War Machines. I have Koopa in the unit with the Trolls, and the reason I did this was because the minute Dread dies, which Dread will die, I already know it's too many bolt throwers, it's too many sloops, it's too many things going on that Dread cannot not die. And unfortunately, Dread is on a Wyvern where he could get singled out pretty easily. So right now what I'm having Dread do is just chill behind the Arachnarok. So I'm going to have Koopa with the Trolls and hopefully kind of just go incognito up on its way. To be honest, his whole army, the one thing he cannot counter in my army is those Trolls. Those Trolls, as long as they're not stupid, they're going to be able to destroy us. Every single thing he has on the table, no problem, no questions asked. So that's why I kind of have him centered. I don't want him getting killed anytime soon. I want the A-Rock to be the #1 priority for him. He's going to shoot that because it's going to be blocking Dread's line of sight, and then when Dread gets in, Dread will be close enough to try to get in. So as you can see, this is his side. He does have an eagle, which I forgot to mention. He has all these damn fucking birds everywhere. And then he has this fucking telephone booth. I'm going to go ahead and Vanguard up like so, and I didn't go over my magic spells, but you'll kind of figure it out as we go along. I do have my Nash Dashes right there as well. But like I said, the Wolf Rider's going for the War Machines. My #1 thing was trying to I was going to rock lobber his War Machines, because if I rock lobber his War Machines, I don't have to deal with ward saves or anything like that. If I get a hit, I'm direct hitting it, I'm blowing it up no matter what, as long as I wound it. So that was one of the things I was doing. But then I kind of started thinking about switching it to the Sky Sloops, because I could pretty much take out a Sky Sloop since they're getting ordnance shots, and that'll be +2 on top of the wound, so I just need like 3 or 4 of them, but whatever. So I dropped everything off first. We're going to go ahead and roll off, and he fucking steals it from me. He steals the turn 1 from me. God damn it. So it's going to be turn 1, Sloopborn Elves. Alright, now, he's going to go ahead and move up. Now, he didn't expect to take work for turn 1. I didn't expect him to take turn 1. So, since he didn't do that, what happened is he ended up having his army have to stay back because they're too far to move and shoot the bolt throwers. So, he's going to go ahead and just move up just ever so slightly on a couple of them. He has a good range advantage against me. He's going to use it. So, Magic Phase, he got 5 power dice. He goes ahead and does Comet of Cassandora, and he gets it off right away. I try to stop it. I could just Dispel Scroll it, but you know what? I'm not going to use my Dispel Scroll on this Comet. The Comet's not the one that scares me. I do have MR on the Trolls. I do have MR on my Orcs. I have no idea why my Orc Shaman, Kieran the Coyote, is sitting off on his own on the side there, but he is. He should be in the unit. For some reason, I thought freaking Shamans just go on the side because I've been doing it for so often. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and do the goddamn spell. He lets it go off. That dice is exactly where it's going to go off at. This guy Sloop over here is going to go ahead and start off its shooting phase. He's going to shoot at my friggin' Wolf Riders, kills off 2 of the Wolf Riders, and basically that is how it looks. Now, that is Jeremy, by the way, with his Ohio Hammer t-shirt on. He's rocking it. He's very proud of his Ohio Hammer roots there. So, turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 1, Orcs and Goblins. I'm moving up like so. Now, I got the Orcs facing off at the telephone booth. I got my telephone booth coming up the rear there. I don't know why I didn't put my telephone booth like more as a tank, just go right up in front, because I'm not really scared. I wanted it to get to its objectives. The objectives are these little army men that are in the back fields. So you have to get the army men with the telephone booth to start earning extra points. Every army man you pick up, it's 1 point. So that's pretty big. If you pick up all 5, you're getting 5 extra points on top of your battle score. So and then I have like I said, the Trolls coming up, I have the Boar Boys coming up, I have the A-Rock coming up and Dread behind them, I have the Orcs on the side there, I have the Squig Hoppers facing down, the Squig Hoppers just out of line of sight of his monster freaking telephone booth, and then I moved the Wolf Riders all the way to the side. I couldn't get them past the line of sight of the Silver Helms, so I decided just to put them there and figure I could chaff him, I could also impact hit him and hopefully kill him with my Squigs, so we'll see how that goes. Magic Phase, I got 9 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Oi No Dying onto these guys, and the reason why I do it is just very simple. The Comet's coming right behind them. So if the Comet comes down, everybody has a ward save now coming down. I go ahead and I throw up the rest of my dice onto the Big Foot, the Big Stomp, and he dispels it. Every time I throw the spell, I don't get like 27. I get like exactly 13 or exactly 16. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Anyways, this rock lobber is going to shoot, and he gets a direct hit. And now, to be honest, I wanted to hit his general, but his general was still hiding behind the thing, so I'll get indirect fire. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. You know what? I'm going to hit a bolt thrower I can see, and BAM! Killed that son of a bitch. Screw that fucking bolt thrower. Go for the second one. The second rock lobber gets a direct hit, but misfires. Wow, that sucks. All right. So, it can't shoot for a turn, and it's going to go ahead and start off his turn. Sloopborn Elves, turn 2. Sloopborn Elves, turn 2. The most questionable pitcher of the day, and I already sent it to him. He's charging his phone booth into my Boar Boys. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I did not see this. Now, not only can he see my Boar Boys, that means he could also see my Trolls. And if he could see my Trolls, it's a fly 9. It's not that far, to be honest. I think he's exactly like, he only needs a 6 to get to my Boars, and probably like a 7 to get to my Trolls, or an 8 on Swift Stride. I'm like, son of a bitch, and I gotta keep those Trolls alive. So I was hoping maybe he'll get a charge, a flank, maybe I could put out a wound, maybe I could get a banner or whatever, I could hold him for a turn. But either way, if I flee with the Boars, I'm fleeing off the table, and he's going to hit my Trolls. And if he hits my Trolls, I'm SOL. So this damn statistics on this telephone booth are ridiculous. So he's going to go ahead and charge into my Boars, and I'm going to have to hold. He's going to charge his Helms here into my Wolf Riders, and that's going to happen. And he gets in, of course, on both. That sucks. All right, so he starts moving up everybody else around like this, like a flying circus, and then we're going to go to Magic Phase. Magic Phase got 10 power dice. He goes ahead and he does a Thunderbolt onto the A-Rock, and 4 fucking wounds. 4 wounds. For shame. He goes ahead and tries to do Chain Lightning onto the A-Rock, and I'm like, no, Dispel Scroll. So then he goes ahead and he does another Thunderbolt. I just dispel it with dice. He goes ahead, and the Comet's going to just start racking up its numbers. It missed on my turn. We went back to do that. Then it missed on his turn, so it's up to 3 on the counter of the Comet. That's crazy. This bolt thrower here shoots at the A-Rock, does another wound to it. Then these guys over here start shooting their freaking repeater bolt throwers into the A-Rock and do more wounds. This guy right here decides, you know what? It's time to kill the spider. Bam! A-Rock is dead, and that sucks. This guy's going to go ahead and shoot, and I believe he shoots at my squig hoppers, kills 2 of the squig hoppers, and then the fucking telephone booth kills 2 boar boys. Only 2. I ward saved a couple. And then I go ahead and I attack back and I miss entirely. But he's going to go ahead and overrun. I fail it. I fail it again. I fail it by fear. That's what I do. I fail it by fear. So they're going to run. I actually rolled a low enough number. I was like, yes, they're fucking sticking. And he's like, oh, it's a monster. It causes terror. And I was like, son of a bitch. So they're going to run, and he runs and he catches them and eats the whole fucking unit. He's going to slam into my trolls. I'm sorry there's no pictures. We're at a tournament. It's hard to take a lot of pictures in tournaments. So over here, these guys are, of course, going to kill my wolf riders, and they're just going to reform facing off at the squig hoppers that are coming their way. It's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. I decide I'm going to charge Dread into that telephone booth. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Now, it's a front charge for Dread and my telephone booth to get in. So I decided not to charge both of them in. I decided if Dread goes in, he's going to have enough attacks. He has a good ward save. He's going to have good armor. He'll have a good chance of just fucking up this phone booth for a turn, giving the trolls a chance to reform and face the phone booth. And then I could have my phone booth threatening him from trying to charge Dread. Alright? So, I go ahead and I roll it, and Dread fucking fails. Are you fucking kidding me? God damn it. These squig hoppers are charging it to these damn fucking silver helms. They're going to get in like so. And I decided, you know what? Now I'm going to put my phone booth in front of Dread to block line of sight again. The only reason I wanted Dread to go in was just so he doesn't get shot for a turn or 2, or doesn't get targeted with magic missiles and stuff, and he'll have an actual chance of fighting something. I moved the Orcs up. I moved the crossbows off the hill because you know what? The crossbows had no targets last turn because they were too goddamn far away. So I had to march up. They're not going to be able to shoot this turn, but that's that. Magic phase. I got freaking, I don't know how many dice I got, but I threw up a Curse of the Green Moon, and I fail it by 1. I had a good chance of shooting at the silver helms too, and I just fail it. Shooting phase, I get a direct hit misfire. 3rd direct hit with the same dice. And Jeremy's like, I don't know about that dice. I'm like, dude, it's from Adepticon. Sue me. I don't know. I love that dice. It gets a lot of direct hits. But it didn't matter. It got a misfire and I take a wound. Over here, Comet comes down. Kills off 3 of the Orcs with crossbows. Kills off 3 of the Orcs with extra hand weapons. Does 2 wounds to his own telephone booth. Does 3 wounds onto my trolls. And that's it. And it goes away. Alright. Over here, impact hits. Kills 2 of these guys. These guys go ahead and attack back. Kill 2 of my squigs. And my squig obviously sticks. Over here, he didn't do a goddamn wound. Not a single wound to my trolls. But he had a charge flank, big flank, and I failed both rolls, and the trolls are going to run. They actually get away from his fucking telephone booth, but guess what? It's his turn next. Sloop Elves, turn 3. He's charging into my trolls, forces them off the table, and he's going to overrun into my telephone booth. Now they're kissing telephone booths. Alright, over here, he's moving his flying circus in to try to finish off the job on my Orcs. And it's just not looking good for Greenskins. It really isn't. I mean, I did not expect this to be a competitive game because I don't have answers to a lot of these. And my fucking war machines decide they want to direct hit everything, but they just don't want to fucking actually wound anything. They want to misfire every fucking time. So they're like, double 6s, everything. Anyways, so his freaking flying circus is coming around. Magic phase, it got 8 power dice. He goes ahead and he throws up a thunderbolt onto Dread. I take 1 with the lucky shield, but then he gets off 3 fucking wounds through. I failed 3 armor and ward saves on top of the fact that 1 of them was lucky shield. Holy shit. So then he goes ahead and does Blizzard onto my telephone booth, making it harder to hit his. He starts shooting these guys over here with the freaking bolt throwers into Dread, and he kills off Dread. His general did hit the duty. And then all these guys in this picture right here are shooting at my orcs, and they only kill off 6 orcs. That's awesome. I got a ward save with my iron hide icon, and they're gonna go ahead and only kill 6. Over here, one died, I think, from his sky sloop, and that's about it over here. Close combat, my telephone booth's like, fuck you, and does 1 wound onto his telephone booth, and that's it. It's gonna start off turn 3. Orcs and Goblins. Turn 3. He put his freaking silver helms there in my way. I think he did it because he thought I was a savage orc horde. And I'm like, they're not savages, they're regular orcs. But I didn't charge them anyways because I kind of saw the lineup for the I really want to get off this green moon. I'm gonna get off this green moon. Not only that, it's kind of questionable when somebody chaffs me like that. I'm like, do I take the chaff? Do I not take the chaff? Why is he doing this? I don't understand. And I kind of get confused at times. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna take the chaff. So Magic Face got 11 powered ice. That's beautiful. And here it comes. Curse of the Green Moon. And he's like, go ahead and do it. I got a dispel scroll, but go ahead and do it, because he gets so damn excited to do this spell all the time. And I'm like, I am. So I do it. I get it off. I roll the dice on a 1 through 5. It's going to hit his guys. 5 will hit pretty much a whole line all the way up to his archers. And I roll a 5 and BAM! Get his freaking guy on the freaking sloop. Get his whole unit of archers, a good chunk of his archers, and get the silver helms in front of me. I end up killing off 10 archers, causing a panic, but they pass it on the reroll. Kill off one of these guys here, and his sloop is totally fine. This guy over here, direct hit, misfire. 4th time in a row. 4th time in a row. He's like, I think your fucking dices are rigged. I'm like, dude, if they were rigged, I wouldn't fucking be doing double 6s every time I try to do a damn. I don't want double 6s. I want a 6 and I want a hit. I don't want a misfire every time. Over here, these guys finally get to shoot, and they only shoot 1 wound onto the sky sloop. And this sky sloop was supposed to be killed turn 2, basically. But they're taking so long because they were so far away, and now I only got 1 wound off. Over here, this guy kills off my Squig Hopper, and they're going to get free roam here. Over here, my telephone booth's like, fuck you to his telephone booth, and it does another wound, even though I got Ice Shard Blizzard off. He cannot wound my telephone booth for the life of him, and it's going to go ahead and start off Sloop Elves turn 4. Sloop Elves turn 4. He's charging his helms, his silver helms, into the flank of my orcs. That was going to happen. He's doing this just to kill off my shaman, so he's going to go in, get in like so. He goes ahead and he moves up his flying circus like this. He was contemplating charging my telephone booth, but now since my telephone booth is winning, he really didn't want to do it, and he's just like, no, never mind. Magic Phase, he got 6 powered ice. He goes ahead and he does Thunderbolt. Only killed off 1 orc with a crossbow here. Goes ahead and does another comet. I'm like, whatever. Doesn't even matter, man. Doesn't even matter. I'm getting my ass handed to me. It's fine. So then he's going to start shooting this guy over here. This is General. And he starts shooting at my freaking crossbow orcs. Kills off 3 of them. And then he starts shooting his sky sloop on this side at him. Kills off another one. And it causes them to panic. I'm in horde formation. I throw 3 dice and I get a 4, a 4, and a 5. I'm like, son of a bitch. Can't even pass a 7 with 3 dice. That's bullshit. And they're going to run away. They're afraid like little pansies. And they're going to go that way towards all the junk that I have on the corner of the table. Over here, close combat, he ends up killing off my shaman, and top it off, he kills off 1 more orc. My orcs go back, and they just destroy his unit of silver helms. It's going to go ahead and start off Orcs and Goblins turn 4. Orcs and Goblins turn 4. I'm like, fuck this chaff. I'm going to charge that too. I'm at the point where I have nothing else to do. I might as well try not to get shot anymore. I'm going to charge into his chaff and kill what I can. These guys, like I said, they just ran into the freaking nothingness of this side. Magic Face got 9 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Zap. He stops it. I go ahead and I throw up the Foot of Gork. He stops it with a Dispel Scroll. I go ahead and I throw up whatever the Ward Save, and he stops it. And I'm like, whatever. It's going to start off his turn. Oh, wait. It's not his turn yet. We're going to go to close combat. Close combat. He kills off 1 orc. I kill off 5 of his guys. And it causes a panic on his eagle. And his eagle's a little pussy and runs that way. Now it's going to start off turn 5. Sloop Elves turn 5. Ah, man. I don't think he does any charges. I think he just surrounds me just to shoot me. Magic Phase, he got 11 power dice. Goes ahead and does a Thunderbolt, kills off 1 orc. Does another Thunderbolt, kills off another orc. Then he starts doing all this shooting power, and he kills off 8 orcs. 8. They don't panic. They stick there. The BSB is still in that unit. We're going to go and nothing happens with the telephone booth. It's going to start off turn 5, Orcs and Goblins. And I believe this is the last turn of the game because we were timing out at the tournament. So, I don't charge because I don't think I have a charge. I don't have a charge. And it's going to go straight into magic. Magic, I got 8 power dice. I go in and I do zap. And now he knows I have a foot of the Gork up my sleeve. And I'm just like, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to throw up zap. I don't have anything else to do. So he's like, okay, go ahead and do zap. I get it off on his general. And he's like, whatever. It's only like a strength 5 hit. I'll be able to armor and ward save it, whatever. And he fails it and fails it. And he gets a wound off. Zap! Alright, so I ended up double 16 it. I take a wound onto my guy here, but I end up getting off Oi no dying as well onto the unit. And then I go ahead and do foot, and he's going to dispel the foot. So now I'm like, well, fuck it. One of my rock lobbers is working. The other one's not working anymore. I'm like, well, fuck it. I have nothing else to do, guy. I really don't. I'm just going to try to shoot a Hail Mary rock lobber shot into his general. I have a feeling it's going to fall into my orcs and kill my orcs. BAM! Killed his general! Holy shit! And I'm so sorry for screaming in everybody's ear, but holy shit! I got a direct hit. He's like, that fucking dice! That dice is rigged! And I'm like, dude! I got a direct hit right on his general. He failed his ward save. It multiplied, and it didn't even get max wounds. It only got off a 3 wound. But the zap right before it gave him that 4th wound. Killed his general, and he was just like, son of a bitch, man. Oh man, over here, the battle of the foam boots. He finally gets a wound off on me, but I end up getting another wound off on him. I end up killing off his foam booth in the end. And basically what ended up happening, because I got his general, I killed both units of silver helms, and I killed like a bolt thrower, and I think that's about it. I ended up getting enough points where he didn't get a chance to table me. He only got a 12-8 victory on me. But here's the kicker. The phone booth fight, if I was able to stop his phone booth from collecting my objectives, I get an additional point. If I did a wound to his phone booth, I get an additional point. And if I killed off his phone booth, I get an additional 3 points. So I ended up getting 5 more points because his phone booth was locked into combat with mine. And top it off, he did the exact same, except mine lived. So he ended up getting, I think the end final score was like something like 17-12 or 17-13, something like that. There was more objectives, like if you collected the guys and all that, but it ended up being a 17-13, which I'm not gonna complain. That's actually, it might have been a 17-12, but I'm not gonna complain. That's actually not that bad of a deal for the fact that I mean, it was it really wasn't that bad of a deal. Period. I mean, I've gotten wins at that low, so having a loss and still walking away with like 13 or 12 points, I'll shake it off and just be happy with that. Oh man, what a turn game 1. This, I mean, I was kind of like bummed out like midway through the game. I was just like, this guy's kicking my ass, and he did. He really did. And unfortunately, the phone booth was majority of the issue. If the phone booth wasn't there, I would have had more chance to get up in front of his face. But who knows how the game would have went then. Anyways, as for MVP, there's only one real true MVP here, and that is the rock lobber. Fucking 6 direct hits. 6. Even though 4 of them were misfires, it was still 6 direct hits, and it killed his general and its bolt thrower. It's getting the MVP award. Now, as you guys, if you guys are avid fans who've been watching my show for a long time, you guys know I do this at the end of every tournament I do. I'm going to start tallying up the scores. You're going to see how many points each one of my units has done individually, and you'll be able to see by the end of the game 5 who's worth their weight in gold and who should I just cut from the team. Anyways, besides that, guys, I'm going to Greece in next month. No wait, this is June still. In August. But I need help buying the ticket, guys. I'm at 20% of my goal right now. If you guys can, please help donate some money. I have a GoFundMe account. I'm putting it in the description box below. I also have a PayPal account. If you guys could just help donate $1, $5, $20, whatever you guys can afford, that would be wonderful, and it would help me out greatly. And I'm looking forward to this opportunity going to Greece. I am going for ETC Team America, and besides that, If you guys haven't, hit like and subscribe. Hit like and subscribe. And if you guys have any comments or feedback, just leave it in the comment section below. Any comments about this game, just leave it in the comment section below. And besides that, I think that's about it. Guys, I have 4 more games coming up for you guys from Blood in the Sun. The next one coming up is against Jeremy Merle, who has a Sylvan Elf army. So you'll be seeing that game very soon, as soon as I can get it up there. Anyways, guys, the video is cut short because, like I said, the intro to my army is actually on a different video. These aren't the droids you're looking for. Alright, guys, so I think that's about it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, and peace.